need to adjust some things here real quick. Oh man, Twitch ads. Hey! Oh, little Tronbon, that's cute. Is that from, shoot. It's been a while since I've been in her chat. I'm blanking. Oh my gosh, what is her name? Jess is her real name, I think. Tron... Oh, it's just Tronbon. Tronbon art. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been in there, but I remember her having a lot of little cute icons. I need to change this camera. I've got a camera, by the way. So, I went back and watched. I did the last stream with the camera. Let's see. Configure video. Yeah. That's probably better. I don't like how. I guess you can't see it. There's like this giant light over here. But if you it's only really noticeable if you have the full screen. Thank you. I've noticed, so the facial hair thing is something new. And I noticed it doesn't really show up on camera very much. It looks like I'm very not hair in this area, but I do. It's just like blonde. So it looks a little weird. But I don't know. I may not be keeping the facial hair. We'll see. The camera will stay though for streams. So yeah, I got like a C922. What it's called. I think it's like a variation of the C920. And it has like a 720/60 mode. And I figured if it's just gonna be this tiny box down here, then the 720 doesn't matter very much. So that's probably fine. Yeah. I need an actual stream layout at some point. I guess it's actually this way. And I put myself, when I streamed last time, I put myself up in this corner. And when I play games, I'm facing like this way. So it looks weird because I'm facing this way, but in the game's over here. So I think I'm going to try to keep myself over here. I teleport. So I'm trying to figure it out. And then I do know there's like some free like layouts and stuff you can get with like graphics and things, but I don't know how much I want to mess with that stuff. I don't know. I guess I don't really want like a over fancy layout, but I don't want to look like I'm doing a trash job too. So yeah. Oh yeah, I guess I could probably mirror it. Yeah, we'll see. Is this audio too loud? I'm not listening to it. The game audio. I think it's probably fine. I just turned it on for like a second. And hopefully I'm not dropping frames. The last month the internet's been not great. Or well, I know I'm not dropping frames right now, but no. Turn this controller on, please. Thank you. But yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's easier when somebody's here to tell me so. Continue without loading. Yeah, I'm not sure. So I put the chat over there because I think there's not really anything happening in the top left corner of the screen in this game, but I can't remember. And I'm only streaming this tonight, so yeah, I've never played it on 360 before. I've only played the PS2 version, so I have to start a fresh file. I don't have the PS2 version with me, and I need to take a screenshot.
Orbited by
a single screenshot. So I'm gonna play this for about 2 hours and then take a screenshot, and then I may never play it again. So yeah, the PS2 version is not great. Then finally, more so than the frame rate is the load times for weapons. I don't know if that's a problem in the 360 version really, because I didn't play it. I think it's not as much of a problem in the PC version, but I don't know for sure really. So we'll see. But if I really wanted to, I could just use a screenshot. I really just need a picture of the battle palette system, And even that's pretty easy. And I could just take a picture from Phantasy Star Portable or Phantasy Star Portable 2, because I do have those with me and my save data for those. But for some reason, I felt the need to have like original Phantasy Star Universe in this article as well. And I had been tempting myself with buying a copy for the 360 for a long time for no good reason. But you know, it was like $5. I did it to like get a free shipping thing on something. You know, it's like, oh, you need $25 to get free shipping. You're like, well, I guess I can spend $10 on something. Yeah, Portable 1 and 2 are really good games. I can't... PSU, like, 1.0, I can't really speak to anymore. I remember not thinking it was very good when I first played it.
I know. I'll take the shortcut through the alleys and be there before you know it, okay?
I do remember thinking the story was alright. I did like the ambitions of the Illuminus story quite a bit. But, the voice acting is pretty great. And by pretty great, I mean not in the ways I want it to be great. But I guess we're gonna watch these cutscenes. I don't know. I don't remember how long it takes for this game to get started.
Hey, are you okay?
Oh, my leg. I think.
I never played it online. I very briefly played PSU online for about a month or two. And then
you've injured your leg.
I kind of fell off the game. I was playing Final Fantasy 11 at the same time. And two MMOs, even though PSU is kind of a not really MMO kind of thing. Also, I think I'm in an apartment and I think the people upstairs are arguing or something, so I don't know if you can hear it, but
the paint's gone.
They may be
Unhealed.
Yelling. I don't know.
Thank you.
I hope everything's all right. But
I'm Ethan Weber.
but yeah, but I did play a lot of
Yes, you're right.
Now it feels
I played probably about 60 hours of this offline. Actually, maybe closer to 80, because I think the story mode's like 20 hours, and I think I played 60 hours of the like base game, which I really shouldn't have, but for some reason,
I completely forgot. I'm gonna be late too.
Years after this game came out, I went back to it and spent a lot of time offline. And then I bought a copy of Ambitions of the Illuminus. Ison Ueba. I like the Japanese way of them saying it, like Ison Ueba. We don't need to watch this cutscene again. We already had this on earlier. But yeah, and then so I picked up Ambitions of the Illuminus, and I probably dumped like 60 to 100 hours into that. And then my friend was like, why don't you just play Phantasy Star Portable? And I was like, I don't have a PSP. And he bought me a PSP and Phantasy Star Portable for some reason. So I was like, all right. So I played that for probably another like 40 to 60 hours. And then I played PSP 2 for probably another 40 hours. This is probably within like a 3-year span. So I was very surprised.
Like that? It's embarrassing, little sister.
But the ceremony's already started. I want to find
Yeah. PSU 1 or PSP 1 is very it's really like an alteration of Ambitions of the Illuminus. And you know, in the Xbox 360, you can't get Ambitions of the Illuminus anymore because it was online only content versus the PS2 to have it offline. PC, you can make it offline. There's like a physical expansion you bought, but I think there's like some DRM stuff that keeps you from playing it. Or you're gonna miss the ceremony. I think there's like some DRM stuff that prevents you from. Oh, this camera moving this slow. Let's see. But you can hack that stuff. Is there like a camera speed in here? I would think it's under camera controls if it was under anything. This just feels sluggish. That's probably it. Main menu cursor, save. Camera follows character. Yeah, I think this is the only speed we get for camera turning. Alright, I was not paying attention to what I was supposed to be doing. That's a great way to start. It is weird seeing this game running in like HD. Yeah, my friend has been trying the PSU private server stuff, but I think it's the problem with is this the linear line? I don't know. It's been so long. The linear line is the back gate on the right. I think it's the same problem that like Phantasy Star Online 3 Episode 3 had, where a lot of the stuff is server side, so they have to rebuild all that stuff. Or Phantasy Star Online, I think a lot of that stuff was happening locally, so the game was able to handle it for the most part on its own. I mean, there's definitely stuff they had to work on. It wasn't like just, you know, super easy to make private servers for it, but I think it just came together.
Come on, Ethan, run faster.
Oh, why can't we just use my airboard, Lumia?
You know you're not supposed to ride two to a board.
Watch it, you klutz!
Hey, hold on there a second.
I don't know if I heard a
You want to give her
scream.
back what you just stole there?
Well, what the heck? Get lost! I didn't steal nothing!
Lumia, check your pockets.
My Meseta card is gone.
You see? Huh? Hey, come back here.
Ethan!
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little worried. My Meseta card! I don't know. Okay, well, I'll just keep listening, I guess, and hope nothing is going wrong. Oh yeah, this dude is great. I was recently watching the opening of this game again for some reason. I'm not sure why. I can't remember. Where did he go? If I had the choice, I probably would have just jumped into like a create a character thing, but apparently you have to beat the game or you at least have to get to a certain point in the game first before they let you do that. It's probably through the only open doors. Oh jeez. Oh, there he is. I really like to do a Phantasy Star Online Episode 3 video at some point.
Now you give me back my sister's card.
Hey, buddy, you's got a problem with my brother?
All these guys are great. I remember it being very
Because you stole my sister's card.
very light.
Now, just relax, boy.
It wasn't
We're brothers, okay? I'm sure you heard of us. So why don't you just go back to the hole you came from?
at least compared to like the later releases, it didn't have nearly as much like customization options. I remember being very disappointed with the hair for the males, particularly. I remember liking their boss too. I forget what his name is, or is it their boss? No, I'm thinking of the other guy. He's the Beastman on MoTube, and the little girl and that little boy are his like minions. I can't remember his name. It starts with the L, I think.
Who are you calling an idiot?
Brothers, grab her!
Got it.
Lumia, run!
Yeah, I don't remember. I recently played some Phantasy Star Portable 2 Infinity, and there's like they added the new race. The new race is like the Doomans or something like that. And their entire race has an eye patch, and you just can't do anything about it. Just every single character of that race has an eye patch. So it was pretty silly.
Damn you! Now this is more like it.
I was really pumped for this game, though. Yeah, they're very itchy. I think the thing was like they took their eye patch off, and then they have like special powers. Something. did you ever finish the episode 3 content for this game?
Are you all right?
I think it was online only or whatever.
Screw this. Now you're gonna pay.
Don't worry. Just stay close.
I forget if this is actual fight or if just what's his face shows up. Leo. Yep. Leo.
What's going on here?
Huh?
Damn! It's a guardian!
Looks like you got lucky this time.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I never finished.
Hey, come back.
Well, I only played
not
PSU
surprised.
offline long term, so the
Most of
episode
these
3
little
stuff
lives
never
don't
showed
have
up,
belly for a real fight. Are you
and
two
its
all right?
own expansion or anything
Thank
like
you,
that.
mister.
So
You rescued us.
I imagine
Yeah,
the free
thanks for
servers
getting in the
probably
way.
have, or the
What?
private servers probably have
Ethan,
something.
how could you say that? We
Um,
could have been in real trouble.
I could have handled those guys just fine by myself.
I think the
Sounds like you're quite the tough guy.
story of Ambitions of the Illuminous ends when
Wanna
the
find out?
Ethan,
guy
stop
with
being
black
so
hair
stupid.
dies. I forget his name.
I'm
He's
so
like
sorry. I
the
don't know
governor or
what's
the
gotten
mayor of
into
the
him.
colony or whatever.
Come on, we're gonna be late to the ceremony.
And then I think that's where the story cuts off. I remember liking, is her name Laya or Laura? It's been a long time since I played a lot of these, so I remember Ethan. That's the person who matters. And his weird like stomach shirt thing. He's predecessor to Gunvolt and his stomach shirt. Although I think they removed the stomach thing in Gunvolt, didn't they? They covered him up in the US release. These CG cutscenes are really compressed. Just 3DS covered. Okay.
Huh? That girl.
What? Mirai? She's the divine maiden.
That's right, because the Steam release had all the bonus
Yes,
or not bonus,
she's
but
part of the
cut
Garage.
dialogue and stuff
The
too,
symbol of
right? And so I think they just try to make it as
She
close to the
see
Japanese as
everything.
possible, basically. And I think Matt retranslated it or something. Ooh, I'm burning myself. Don't pour hot steaming water on your leg.
Over here!
It's probably okay, but oof, oof.
I pray that the holy
I'm in a weird weird opinion of the Gunvolt. Maybe I should say Gunvolt mid-mission dialogue in general. Like it shouldn't be cut. It shouldn't be cut for what it was, but the dialogue in Gunvolt gets so in the way of gameplay because like if you.
What was that?
It feels like if you play that game how it's supposed to be played, or at least how I feel it's supposed to be played, you're constantly moving, and like most of the dialogue just gets cut off, and it makes you like stop for every cutscene to just sit there and watch the dialogue, and I think it really disrupts the flow of that game. And I think in Gunvolt 1 in particular, the dialogue and mission is kind of, I don't want to say flavor text, because flavor text does have value, but I think that the text in Gunvolt 1 mid-mission just wasn't very good, or it didn't really show too much about each character or anything, where I feel like Gunvolt 2, they fleshed it out a lot more, so. And yeah, during the boss fights, it's very difficult to, like, not kill the boss, but get all the dialogue. And I feel like maybe it's not as big of a deal in like a 3DS because the screen is like the screens are so close. I forget the dialogue shows on the top screen or the bottom screen. But games like Splatoon, where you have like the agent dialogue at the bottom of the screen and stuff. When I'm playing those during the story, I have a really hard time focusing on the actual text. Gunvolt I didn't have too much trouble with, but again, it's a very compact screen, so maybe on Switch I'd feel differently. I should just advance these text boxes rather than try to read them. Yeah, and I think like it's worth going through that dialogue and stuff in Gunvolt the first time. The thing that would I guess the problem for me is that like I fell in love with Gunvolt the first time on 3DS, the original like DL 3DS version, because of the gameplay, and I wonder if I wouldn't feel the same if that dialogue was there in the first place, and I felt like I had to stop, because typically I'll just play through a game once and then stop. Like I'll get the credits and be done. And obviously Gunvolt had like its real ending and stuff. But I wonder if I would have just stopped and not kept going with it if I didn't fall in love with the pacing of that game. Maybe. My camera is blocking the palette. We'll find out once we get back in gameplay where we can stick me. I could just turn me off too. But yeah, I love the feeling Gunvolt 1, how it moves. It's like I think
Are you all right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's almost like the perfect action game in some ways. Like if everything is built to work with everything else in such a perfect way,
You stay put.
and I just Inti Creates does such a great job with that stuff. Like I feel like Bloodstained Curse of the Moon's great. I personally am a big fan of Mighty Number 9, but yeah. Yeah, I don't. Let's see. Let's have a little fun. I'm Ethan Waver. No. Let me think about this. Yeah, I mean, the problem I'm gonna have once I get other characters too is I'm gonna get all this other stuff in here. It's not really a big deal. This is the only time I will stream Phantasy Star Universe. We're gonna cover the battle palette. I don't remember how big I was before. This is how big I'm gonna be now, though. Yeah, in this case, I'm not gonna worry about it. This is the only time I'm gonna stream this probably. But yeah, I need a way to get all this junk off the game screen. I'm assuming I have no weapons, no item found. But yeah, so I'm very excited for that new Copen game. I forget when they said it's coming out. I think my biggest fear is that it's gonna feel like what I wanted Gunvolt 2 to be, which is all Copen, but you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I like Copen a lot, so he's a really fun character to play as. And I hope that they give him a lot of new like abilities and stuff, because he has the benefit of being like a Mega Man, where he can absorb different skills from enemies and stuff. So 2019, that's a ways out, yeah. I guess 2019 is at the end of it's soon, so. But yeah, I'm very excited for that. I will definitely play that. I really need to go back and play Mighty Gunvolt Burst or whatever it's called. I never got around to that.
Kid. I'm too busy to chat right now. You better get to a shelter.
My sister, she's trapped behind some rubble. You gotta help me now.
Calm down. I'll call headquarters. Headquarters, this is Leo. I've got a female civilian trapped behind debris.
Ethan's face.
Requesting help. Got it. You see, kid? Help's on the way.
Thanks. I really mean it.
It's all right. Don't sweat it.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know Jewel was playable.
No one was around, and I didn't know what I was going to do.
Hey, what's happened here? Where's that bravado I saw
Yeah,
earlier?
I'm
What are you?
because it's mechanically wacky is why I want to play it though. I like weird
Just glad
mechanics
you
and
didn't
stuff.
do anything rash this time.
What's wrong with believing in yourself?
Nothing. As long as you
Oh,
know when to
nice. How
ask
does
for
she
help.
play? Is it like
Listen, you gotta understand. You can't do everything
I'm trying
by
to think
yourself.
if
you
I've
don't
seen
learn
that before.
now, it'll come back to bite you someday.
I assume
To be honest with
Ekoro or
you,
whatever from
I
Galgun
don't
is
know
still
what
in
you're
there.
talking about.
And she has like the possess enemies
You'll
ability, I
understand
think.
someday, kid.
Is she actually Jewel, or is she like a Lumen, or is she both? in that game, like when you're playing her.
Huh? What is that?
Something's coming out of it. Be careful. Damn.
Hey! Oh no! Are you okay?
Is she Jewel? Oh yes, she is Jewel in GB2. Is she? I forgot. I completely forgot that she. I got the ending of that game made me think that she wasn't in that game, but she is definitely as Jewel. You know when they at the end where she like merges with that other girl, Copen's sister or whatever. Gunvolt spoilers stream, but. I really should get Gunvolt 1 and 2 on Switch at some point.
Hey! Hey, you alright? Where are you hurt?
Yeah.
I can't move. I'm paralyzed.
What should I do?
Help is
Oh,
coming
it doesn't. Okay.
soon. You might not be able to wait. Your
I thought
sister
Mighty
could be in
Gunvolt,
trouble.
the original one, was okay, but I thought it was like overly easy. It felt
Ain't
like in the
your
way
sister.
that I thought that Bloodstain Curse of the Moon
I will.
thing was gonna feel, where it's like this feels like an extra. It didn't feel like a full game on its own. The original Mighty Gunvolt, and so like seeing it fleshed out and stuff was really nice, and then Curse of the Moon surpassed my expectations in almost every way. I can't think of anything in Curse of the Moon that I was disappointed by. I wrote an article about it, so I'm sure I probably wrote something in there that I was not super into in Curse of the Moon, but yeah. I don't remember if I did the stage DLC for Mighty Gunvolt. I may have just settled on whatever was in there. Because again, I didn't really fall in love with it or anything. So okay. Oh yeah, there's no roll in this game. I forgot. And I think these are save points. Yeah. Yes, save past all those cutscenes. Thank you. Oh. I can't remember if the roll was a Phantasy Star 0 thing first or a Portable 2 thing first. I don't remember which game came out first. I would love to stream some Phantasy Star 0. Oh man. If only I had a way to capture DS games, that would be fantastic. TBD. Yes, sometime forever in the future. I have plenty of games in my backlog, so whenever a game's like way far out like that, I'm like, all right. Like, Bloodstain got delayed again. I'm like, ah, it's okay. I got plenty of Castlevania games I still need to play. I need to play Maria and Dracula X Chronicles still. I still haven't done that. I think she has her own unique storyline, Dracula X. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The options for DS streaming right now are shove a camera. Oh yeah, there's no timing on this one in this version. The options are shove a camera into your DS, which I've done before. I have old reviews for Steel Diver and Super Street Fighter 4. Which in that Super Street Fighter 4 video, I actually am playing Phantasy Star 0 at some point as a joke. Because I loved that game so much. And then there's the hardware mods. Those are like $500 though, I think. If you buy like a complete set. I think you can send it in with a DS and it's like closer to 200 to 300. And then I keep trying to time these attacks, but there's no timing in this version of the game. For 3DS, you can do some wireless streaming with new 3DS consoles if you soft mod them. I haven't tried that. I've been debating giving it a shot though, because I would like to play Monster Hunter Stories more, and that would be a good excuse to play Monster Hunter Stories, because I love that game, but it's on a portable, so I never play it. Kid Icarus Uprising is another game I've been trying to get through on 3DS, but I just keep pushing it off because it's not. It's really silly to like not play a game because I can't record it or something. I don't need to add or need instructions. Oh wait, what? Maybe I do need instructions. Where'd my sword go? Oh, you know what? Is it? I had to add to palette. That's what I do. Okay. Yeah, the timing element I think was added with like I think it was added as a PSU normal update, but then in Ambitions of the Illuminous in the offline mode it added it as well. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it dips. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know the great. And then there's Wii U emulation, which I wouldn't hate doing that. The biggest problem with Wii U emulation is that I'm very paranoid about modern consoles with online accounts and getting banned from those because your account for multiple systems are linked to that. So, you know, and then all your purchases and all that stuff are also linked to that. So, so yeah, but I'm a big Phantasy Star Zero fan, and I would love to do more of that. And then yeah, I haven't I think the Mega Man Zero games are on Wii U, right? If you did want to play those and stream them that way. I think earlier you were saying you want to stream Mega Man Zero. Also, there's Game Boy Player and stuff, but I guess there's the ZX series on the DS. I don't know if those ZX games came out on Wii U. I assume not, but I really wish there was more DS software on Wii U. It would have been amazing if Konami put out all the DS Castlevania games on Wii U. I still think that would have been great because then you'd have not only all the Game Boy Advance games on Wii U, but also the DS ones. Yeah. Okay. ZX plus A. No. Okay. What's the plus A? I can't remember. Is it Advent or something like that? Or there's a period in time where I lost track of a lot of Mega Man games, specifically on the DS, because I think there's like Star something. There was a lot of Mega Man games for a long time, and I kind of lost track of them outside of the main series. ZX and ZX Advent. Okay. Is that just 2 games or 2 different series? And yeah, Star Force. I remember seeing my friend playing Star Force at some point. He was really liking it at the time. 2 games. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to spend more time with Mega Man, and I plan to. I picked up the Mega Man Leg. Oh, Jesus. The greatest animations. They're little. Whatever that is. I really need to play more Mega Man games. Did you play Mega Man 11? I keep trying to read this dialogue, but I don't want to actually read it because I'm not going to play through this game. So I don't even know why I have the cutscenes going, to be honest, but make me feel better about it, I guess. Oh, they joined my party. Alright! to think about it, you can't control the battle palette with the right stick in this game because that's the camera control. So you have to use the D-pad. It's an interesting thing. I think it makes sense, but I'm thinking about the shortcut window in Phantasy Star Online and how that. I feel like the second analog stick was very helpful in that regard. So. Yes, I think. Did we get our? I think we got the Meseta card back. Did we? I don't remember. I can't. The story continues. That's what this game's about. I need my sister's Meseta card. I can't remember. We probably didn't get it back. You probably have better memory than me. Yeah, I might play through Mega Man 11. I'm still trying to get my Mighty Number 9 video done. And I think it might be valuable to play Mega Man 11 before I finish that and like see if there's anything of note. Anything of note to mention, I guess. Oh no, trial start. Head to the linear line platform. I need to get a card, right? Okay. It can. I can't remember. Are you a fan of Mighty Number 9? Or are you pretty anti Mighty Number 9? Or if you're somewhere in the middle. I've recently met some people who are somewhere in the middle with Mighty Number 9, which has been very encouraging. Because I felt like for a while it was kind of everybody hated it, and then I liked it, and that was it. You try to avoid it, okay? I don't know the best way to put this. Like, sometimes I feel like the complaints about Mighty Number 9 are problems that existed in Mega Man a lot of the times, and like specifically like the level design and the instant death stuff. Like pretty much around the time I played Mega Man X2, or when I was playing Mighty Number 9, I also played Mega Man X2, and I saw a lot of the same problems between the games that weren't really that problematic, I guess, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I sometimes feel like Mighty Number 9 is just a popular punching bag. But, you know, it's pretty normal for me to like a game that is unpopular, so. Big Castlevania 64 fan here. I also like Valkyria Revolution a lot, and I think most people extremely dislike that game. So, I was just trying to see if I got any photon arts for the sword, but I don't think so yet. So, yeah. What was the PAX 2014 demo? Do you remember what stage it was? Yeah, I think it gets wrecked for good reasons, but there are things about that game I really like. That's usually the answer whenever I like a game. It was some water stage. Oh, you know, it's probably the ice stage. There's like a mix of water and ice in that one. I have not been paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be getting into the linear line. Well, there's red doors this way, so we'll take this path. But yeah, if you ever play it someday, I'd be super curious to hear your thoughts. So yeah, I have had many a conversation about Mighty Number 9, and I just need to get a video out there at some point to like rest my brain regarding it. Like, sometimes I get so stuck on a game that if I don't do anything to ever like put my thoughts out there, that isn't just talking to people about it, I never stop thinking about that game. so it just gets stuck, and it like in the last like 3 years since it came out, it's just been like thinking about it all the time. I really shouldn't. Like I kept thinking about Breath of the Wild for a long time until I finally put a video out and be like, okay, here's my thoughts on this game, and then I really haven't thought about it since. Sometimes I just need to do that. Yeah, it's, man, you got it free. Check it out, man. I know time is always the thing. It's a pretty short game. Yeah, I won't tell you to like be super pumped about it, but you know, if you're ever in the mood for Mighty Number 9, I'd be very curious. I would love to see you play too. You should let me know when you stream, if you stream it. Yeah, I was playing with my friend the co-op stuff, and oh man, the co-op stuff is pretty awful in that game. I don't know, like I feel like we both have pretty good internet connections, and it was just like a struggle keeping like, if you weren't the host, it was laggy as heck, and we're not that far. We're both on the West Coast, so yeah, definitely let me know. I don't know if you know Takun, Tanner. I think he said he'll play it when Donald Trump gets out of office or something. And I'm just like, tell me, Tanny, I need to know when you're going to do it. I must see you play this game. But yeah, I have a lot of love for Mighty Number 9. It is probably, if you count it as a Mega Man game, it is my favorite Mega Man game. The second favorite Mega Man probably being Mega Man 9. Those are my two favorite, probably. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be fine. It is gonna take a while, but thankfully we have 4 years of presidency, and then you get a chance at another one. So if you got a problem with the current president, then there's a way. Vote this weekend, because the president vote doesn't matter so much if you vote, because it's all electoral college stuff. So it's yeah. Or I guess vote Monday, I think, is the voting day. I'll have to double check. I gotta go vote. So I didn't do early voting. I should have, but I didn't do any research during the week on any of the issues. So Tuesday, okay. I'll try to keep that in mind. But yeah, I around the time Donald Trump got into office, I got pretty heavy into politics for a while. A, it was probably the most miserable point of my life. Listening to politics is not a fun thing to do. B, I got too deep into it, and I think what I realized is that most things don't really change from, like, from a political standpoint. If you want to help change things and you don't want to be like an activist or something, it's pretty much start from the bottom up in terms of like who you vote into office and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I probably have been ignoring politics way too long. I just had gotten really upset at myself for getting so deep into it for a while. But I mean, honestly, I think I'm someone who tries to see. I was out in Georgia, living in Georgia when most of the election was happening, and it was just always super fascinating to see why people would vote for Donald Trump. And you know, most of the time I never really agreed with them. But it was when you talk to people and then you aren't trying to like change their mind. You're just trying to like understand that you see like, oh, like I get it. Like, you know, people who are upset about like their lost jobs and Donald Trump's, you know, whether or not he actually delivered them, is promising to give these certain jobs back. And these families are like, hey, I need to feed my kids and stuff. And yeah, there's a reason why people vote for politicians. But yeah, it's definitely hard. I gave Donald Trump a chance. I try to take him seriously when he got in office, but I feel like every time I hear something about him, I'm always just like, oh boy, man. Like, oh. Not the like the gossipy stuff too either. Like I don't care how many Diet Cokes Donald Trump drinks a day. Whatever. I drank a lot of soda at one point in my life too. This controller sometimes just randomly disconnects, and I don't know why. I need to see if I have another Xbox 360 controller. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hot opinions. Donald Trump could drink however much Diet Coke as he wants. So I'm not gonna fault him for that. So, oh hey, it's what's his face? So we'll see. But I also think I'm one of the people that are like, I want a perfect world almost, and it's like completely unachievable, and so I feel like my ambitions like politically are just not realistic. Because I'm like, oh no, we should like totally just treat everybody exactly the same, but you know, that's easy for me to say, but it's a lot harder when you start like applying that to the giant world. No, I don't have a wire. I just have a wireless one. So I got my hand-me-down 360. Also have a hand-me-down original Xbox. So I did not make choices when purchasing. I'm not a big fan of wireless controllers typically, but you know, it's modern console days. And I think Xbox 360 controllers are still pretty pricey. I don't think they're particularly cheap, because I think they're still used like pretty heavily as PC controllers. I haven't checked in a while, so maybe they've gotten cheaper, but I don't know. But I would like to buy a wired one someday. I might just see if I have another Xbox 360 controller here, though. Not tonight, though. I'll just deal with it disconnecting. That was the first time it was disconnected the whole time. Yeah, it says a AA battery pack in it. I did used to have rechargeable batteries that were AA, but those are also pretty old. I'm going to just double save because I wasn't paying attention if I actually saved. But I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. There's a blue dot on this map. Am I supposed to do something, or is that just a save point? That's just a save point. Okay. But yeah. Most of my rechargeable batteries were for Wii remotes. Hello? Oh, is that not Lumia? I'm just gonna slice this debris off her, probably. Oh, goggles. Okay. That's right. I forget this game has that seed thing that's awful. I forgot about this mechanic. I will ignore the how to equip goggles tutorial. Put on goggles. Oh, just a lady. Okay. So wait, do I need to check all the debris for survivors? Oh boy. Okay. But yeah, I'm sure the United States will last. I have confidence in us. You know, whether it be good or not, people feel differently about that, but I think I have pretty good confidence we'll be. I feel like the world generally is moving forward in a good direction overall. In terms of, you know, maybe civilization. Like, I feel like young people in general are very active overall. I don't know if that really makes sense. I'm playing Phantasy Star Universe. I have more important things to do. But yeah, I probably shouldn't sit here and talk about politics. I don't know enough about politics, but I have general faith in humanity. Unfortunately, not everything goes super well, but you know, that's life. Oh, dude. Oh. Thought he was just dead. Thanks for your trimate, man. I probably have more faith in people than I should. My sister gives me a very hard time about it. I will give people the benefit of the doubt until the very end. And you can lie to me 5 times over, and I'll trust you for a good long time still. Now this controller is just like not having it. It just keeps wanting to disconnect. Okay. It's probably a bad trait, but you know, I don't know. It's been not as bad. Jesus, this controller. Let me take this pack off. Maybe there's something with the pack that's loose. But since I moved into like a more I guess you'd say traditional workspace with like a pretty small group office, like I guess you call it like a startup maybe. It's not really a startup, but people really care about their jobs there, and like I don't know where this was going. Oh well, that's fine. We're okay. Let's stop talking about this. My number 9. I have faith in my number 9. I have faith that when I make my video, people will love my number 9. The world will change its mind. It's one of the greatest games of all time. Is this where I want to be? I think so. I don't know what kind of output I'm gonna have in terms of video content. Like, I haven't really started that pipeline yet to see what's gonna happen. It really wasn't my focus for pretty much most of this year, but I want to switch over to video focus because articles are a lot easier to do on the side, where videos are very difficult to do on the side. So if I focus on videos, I think I'll still be able to put some articles out, but then I'll also be able to put some videos out. But they just take time. They take a lot of time. Oh, jeez. I feel really bad, like, spamming my YouTube account with streams and stuff, but at the same time, if I didn't, then the last video I put up was Xenoblade 2 in June of this year. So, you know. Do I have like a monomate? Yeah. Ow. Oh, jeez. There we go. I remember there being a lot of that enemy in this game. Yeah, he is a big... Rising Crush! I remember not liking Rising Crush very much.
Hey! You alright there?
Yeah,
Sorry it took so long. Your sister okay?
yeah, she's safe.
I meant
Let me
to
try
come
not to
earlier,
burn my legs this time
but
with
we
this
were
hot
short-handed
water.
everywhere. Guys, get working on that rubble, okay?
Yes, sir. Right away.
Yes, sir. I remember liking Leo a lot.
So, you did this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Not too bad, kid.
I never played this game with Japanese voice acting.
Tell me, ever thought about becoming a guardian?
Huh? Well, it could be interesting.
The Meseta card mystery.
I'll think about it.
That's why the Seed are invading. They want her Meseta card.
This way.
Watch your step.
Lumia!
Did she ever fight in the like the PSU online stuff, or does she only fight in the portable games? Emilia is packing money. Richest girl in the world, in the universe. That's why they're.
Strange meteorites
Oh,
that
whoa.
have plagued the first
I
and
don't
third
remember this
planets,
screen.
Parum and Motub, have finally reached the second planet New Days early this morning with truly horrifying results. The meteors left a path of destruction in their wake, contaminating the Earth wherever they struck. The local fauna has grown increasingly hostile, along with reports of new and unknown life forms. Due to the shape of the meteorites and emerging unidentified life forms from within, authorities have begun calling these objects seeds.
Seeds.
The
Yeah, with
seed
these armrests
destruction,
up,
which
I think I'm, like,
started at
more
the
comfortable
Alliance
with them
Centennial
down.
Ceremony, has reached astronomical
I
proportions.
feel like I'm crunched up like
A
this
galaxy-wide
when I use
state
my
of emergency
armrests.
has been declared. The planetary governments have mobilized the Alliance military force for relief efforts. Stability is the AMF's first priority in order to prevent any further
You know what
casualties.
cutscene I love?
Obel Dalgan,
And it was
who
in the
leads
chat
Guardians,
originally.
has issued a statement. Presented here is a portion of his speech.
And I know,
But could
like,
it be too
today
late?
it's not very
Experts are
acceptable, and
predicting
it's
another
fine. Like,
wave
I
of
don't really
seed
care.
attacks
It's,
soon.
you know, butt
Reporting
grabbing and
live
stuff
from
in
the
Japanese
Guardians
games is
colony.
whatever. I'm not gonna sit there and fight over it, but Ethan, like, bats the headmaster Sid grabs what's her face's butt, Catherine, and then that's whatever. But then Ethan's like, "Hey, stop, perv!" And then the headmaster's like, "Oh, I'm the headmaster Sid," and Ethan's just like, "Oh man, I shouldn't call him perv." Like, I just love that line of dialogue so much and how it's delivered. But yeah, it's definitely. Since it's not like real people, it doesn't really bother me that much, but I do think like butt grabbing and stuff is pretty low bar humor. I forgot about this song. I need to listen to this song again at a later time. I love vocal music in Phantasy Star games. Yeah, I think, like, honestly, I don't know if you heard about the Valkyria Chronicles 4 stuff with I think his name is it Kai? No, not Kai. I think Kai is the one who gets her butt grabbed. Raz grabs Kai's butt. Yeah, but what really bothered me more than anything of that is immediately after that, the main character Claude is under a tank working on it, and then he like slides out to see what's going on, and then Riley, which is one of the main girls who has like a skirt thing on, is standing by the tank, and so he slides out under her skirt, and they're just talking there for a second because Claude doesn't even notice, and then she's like, "Ah, perv," and smacks him, and I'm just like, I can't imagine the person who still finds this funny. Like, it's been done over and over and over again, and it's just like, it doesn't add anything. I don't know. I'd be curious to find for the person to tell me, like,
Ethan
oh,
begins his guardian training on the
is it
planet
humorous? I don't know. Oh,
Who's
I
the
forgot about this
mysterious
thing.
partner that he is to be
It's like the
paired with?
preview of the next chapter.
Who are the strange mother and child that they meet on Peru,
Yeah.
a planet controlled by castes? Next time on Phantasy Star Universe.
I get why people get upset about it.
Typical lives.
But I just, it's just whatever. It's like a thing that happens in the game, and I just, but I don't think, I really only saw like that VG247 article about it. Although I thought it was hilarious that, I thought it was hilarious that like Giant Bomb, it was Jan and Ben at Giant Bomb did a quick look of the game, and I don't know if you play a lot of Valkyrie Chronicles, but it's this race called Dark Sins, and they're basically people with like purple hair, and
for 500 years, there were
and I guess the Ben and Jan who were looking at it there didn't catch that the Dark Sins were the ones with purple hair, so they just assumed it was the black people in the game. And they were just like, "This is incredibly offensive." And it's just like, oh, you missed it, and then you also jumped to the worst conclusion about this possible. I say we can start again. Yeah, it was really silly. I was just like, oh my god. But I feel like the Darkson conflict stuff isn't as prevalent in Valkyrie Chronicles 4 so far, but I'm only like 4 chapters in still, so I need to spend more time with it. Which I'm fine with it not being a main part of the plot if it is, because like the first game had enough to do with Dark Sins, and then the second game had it as like some side stories, but it's just not a very interesting story, I feel like, for the series anymore.
Master Weaver, it's time to
Or maybe they're just not presenting it in any kind of new way when they do it, other than just like, oh, these people hate these people.
Good morning, Master Weaver. I am GH
For no real good reason, I feel like. But hey, I guess that's kind of racism in general. People hate people for no real good reason. Oh, he's got some like thick thighs, thigh muscles.
Master Weaver, if you do not get ready soon, you'll be
Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. They looked bigger when he was sitting down.
Face, okay?
I am GHX005, Master.
Now how am I supposed to remember that? I know. From now on,
Thick
I'm calling you
wafer.
Pete.
Pete?
That's right, Pete. It's the name of an old pet I used to have.
I shall be known as Pete, Master Weaver.
That's real good.
Your only appointment for today is the Guardian's orientation.
I'm not a huge fan of partner machineries.
Yeah, that's great, except I just got here and I
Even when
barely
they
know
turn
which
into
way's
their
up.
little
Wanna
peoples,
clue me in?
they just kind of the thickness of wafer. And I think Phantasy Star Online 2, they just give you the full character creator for partner machines and just say, hey, make them however you want, rather than just like the 4 or 5 designs they give you in this game. I never really messed too much with the partner machineries in this game in general. I did in Ambitions of the Illuminist to craft, I think it was like some kind of double saber I used to craft for money. I would just make a bunch of them and sell them. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like a maid, and then there's like a little Shota boy. There's a butler in the Portable 2 series, or the Portable series, I think. And then there's like I think like an Arabian outfit girl. There's a nice variety of them, and I think they're fine. But yeah, I think I like the look. I like the cute look of mags and stuff. I think a bit better in original Phantasy Star Online. So. It's interesting, like, because the I think in the PS2 version, these people, they are all the same character model the entire time you're walking around, and this one they like fade out when you get close, but I think they're like these faceless mannequin people usually, versus this has like a bunch of different character models. I think the 3rd floor is the Guardian headquarters. Maybe. It's been so long. Oh, hello, child. Why am I reading this text? I guess because I want to know where I'm going. that's why I'm reading this text. Yeah, I think the PSU hub is actually very nice. The Phantasy Star Portable 2 hub is fine. It was like, I think it was mainly because of PSP limitations they kind of crammed it down so small. Because I think in Phantasy Star Portable 1 they just didn't even have any kind of town. Like, you just had like a overworld map you looked at and you're just like, oh, I need to go to the shop, and you select the shop icon. Which class did you play, mainly? It's interesting seeing these like PS2 textures, very, very clean. Oh, is this the Headmaster Sid cutscene? I'm ready for him to be called and perv. I think the Phantasy Star Online 3, Episode 3 cutscene, or lobby was pretty alright too. Not the, I guess, not the, actual chat lobby, but the, I guess it was kind of like a ring. I don't know if you ever played it. But it was like this, basically this like center area that was like the communion area where people would stand around and talk to them. There's a lot of story in Episode 3 actually. And then there's the like the shop, the Pioneer Principal's office, the battle area, then something else. I think the hardest thing was that it was easy to get lost at where you're going, but are the Fortifighters like the like melee force people, or I can't remember the classes in this game outside of the 3 base classes. Huh? I think this is MoTube. I think that's... I forget what that is. This is Perum, I think. Alright, that's enough of that. Access to... Oh no, I went to the wrong one. Maybe this is the linear line platform. Maybe the other one was Perm. That's a lot of A rank and a few S rank weapons. Let's see. Fight had. Okay. No, this isn't Perm. That's the space dock. That's Perm. Oh, that's right. It's 3 on one side, 2 on the other. Linear line platform, space dock. I just smacked my headset. Sorry. Okay, that's what it is. Gotcha. Okay, I will have to visit that later, maybe. I forget what class I was doing in the portable games. I generally go for like a melee caster class because I played Fomar in Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2, episode 1 and 2. And so Fomars are kind of like melee casters, so.
Thank you for flying with us today. We hope you enjoy your trip. This shuttle is bound for Holtus City.
Yeah, at some point I lost track of all the classes in these games. I remember trying to some classes out in Phantasy Star Online 2. Not episode 2, but Phantasy Star Online 2. And I really couldn't find the class I wanted in that game. I feel like I just kind of stuck with Hunter for a good long while.
An explosion completely destroyed the city.
Okay.
The cause of this powerful explosion was never discovered. The ruins now
I wonder if I was Acrotecher.
once resided there.
I didn't bring my PS2 version of this game with me, so most of my games are still back in Georgia. So I have my room's a mess, so forgive me. But I have, let me see if I can show it. Also, my hands shake like crazy. I have like one shelf of games right there, but it's not very much, and then another like smaller shelf over here that's pretty packed. That's all I have with me though, which is a lot of games, but not my entire collection, which is what I would prefer to have with me. But you know, there's only so much you can do when you move across country. Now I don't remember where this was. I think it was like right there. Yeah, Georgia's all right. I lived there between age 13 and 25. So I pretty much went to high school there, and then I was in college for a very long time. and I also worked a couple jobs out there. I just did some like pretty low level labor jobs like landscaping, and then I worked at Wendy's for a good while, for about 2-3 years maybe. So, but yeah, it's nice out there. There's some things I definitely miss out there. Driving out there is very nice compared to here in Las Vegas. Driving is a nightmare. I feel like don't know where I'm going. I think I'm supposed to be going to the Guardian office here. That's probably where I'm supposed to be going. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really, I mean, I think this is pretty common with everyone. You don't really get a lot out of like, going to college in terms of like, you know, education for the workplace. And I ended up in a field that's completely not what I what I went to school for. But, you know, we'll see. You know, I'm not dying yet, so so I have time in my life to change things around if I want to. But right now I'm just like working at IT and support. And I don't regret going to college. I feel like it really helped me mature as a person. Not that I'm super mature all the time, but I feel like it made me a lot better person going to college. So. Yeah, I'm not dying at this moment, at least. I don't know. I had a nice chat with my doctor about, hey, you should get your shit together. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So, we'll see. I'm probably not dying, though. I don't know. It's too early to say. But he didn't seem too concerned when I was talking to him. But he was like, let's do some more blood tests on you because your liver enzymes are weird. I'm like, oh, okay. It's a weird thing to talk about, but yeah. Also, my doctor does not seem to be very attentive to anything, so it also could just be he just doesn't care too much. But yeah, I've been turning my life around recently. Getting a good exercise every day, eating well, losing weight, all that good stuff. Also figured out I have some weird like oil problem in my hair, where like my oil, like the oil that my hair produces, like irritates my scalp, which is cool. And so I gotta like put this spray in my hair. It's not great, but it's not a terrible problem to have either. It's not killing me. So, and insurance covers it, so that's what's important. Yeah, I feel like that's the essence of college too, to some extent. This is hard because I'm not paying attention to any of the dialogue, and so I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go into a specific area. I seem to recall this just being like walk around and have Karen interrupt a handful of conversations, and then make it work. But yeah, I'm going back to the doctor again soon, so I'll find out how things are going. But he seemed not very concerned, so I don't know. I don't want to concern you either, so don't worry about it right now. I've got no reason to use it now. Okay. But yeah, it was a good wake-up call to be like, hey, don't kill yourself. Get some sleep, boy. Your body goes to sleep for a reason. Just a silly thing. But I was probably sleep deprived for probably about 15 years of my life. So,
I know we
Hugo.
want to be together.
Oh, this is the Valentine's Day music. I had no idea this was in the
one
original
kiss.
release.
That's all I'm asking for.
This is like one of my favorite songs from Phantasy Star Universe. I only heard it in Phantasy Star Portable though.
While you're busy.
And it's over. Goodbye, Valentine's
You think
Day
I could
music.
get a Coltova juice? That's okay.
Yeah, I grew to hate sleep.
I'll go get one right away.
And
Tactless as usual.
spent most of my life
huh,
trying not
Ethan?
to sleep as much as
Is
possible.
there any woman you don't try to pick up on? Try thinking with your head, Hugo.
I believe there's a
Oh yeah,
spiritual
no
bond
problem.
between the sexes.
Don't feel like you gotta
And
like
if the holy light brings
focus.
us all
Hugo did the
together,
X for you.
Who am I to fight it?
Why
Ethan
do I
Thick
even
X
bother
Waber.
talking to you? But just so you know, I'm supposed to meet my new partner here any minute
Yeah,
now.
cool.
And,
Well, thanks for chatting for as long as you have.
rumor has it, my
It's
partner
always
here
very
is a
helpful to have
girl.
someone around for chatting.
What a coincidence. I'm waiting
So.
for my partner here as well. Please, try not to speak. Puts a damper on the conversation.
That lip sync. But yeah, enjoy Splatoon. I need to play more Splatoon 2 at some point.
You two look like my guardian trainees.
So, yeah. Oh no, it's fine, man. I totally understand. I don't watch many streams myself, so I don't like sit there and want to like ever be like, oh man, you should come watch my stream. Like, we all have things we gotta do in life, including watch other streams. So
He's my partner?
I pretty much watch Giant Bomb, and that's
We
it,
normally
which is
have
pretty
two-person
bad.
teams,
I
but we're
need to
shorthanded now, so
have
it
more
has to be this
variety.
way.
So,
I hope you both understand.
but I think I'm getting
I've been
relatively
observing both
close
of you
to
for
where
a
I might
while.
stop. So
You
I
might
might
be
stream another
interested in
like
my
30,
findings.
40 minutes, but we'll see.
Hugo Wright.
I just want to get like 3 or 4
Engaging
items in the battle
personal
palette
affairs while on
slots.
duty is grounds for reprisal.
Yeah,
Yes.
Giant Bomb is a lot of like
Yes,
3-hour-long
yes, ma'am.
videos and
I've been watching
streams,
you
so
since
I
you've
would
been
not
on Colin,
recommend
and
getting
your
into
actions
Giant
are too
Bomb.
reckless.
Oh,
It's one thing to
really?
rely on yourself,
That's
but
cool.
Another to rely only on yourself. That's just foolish.
Yeah, he does a cloth
color?
map now, which is a fantastic
you that girl that I
series
saw?
if you haven't watched those.
While on duty,
should
I expect you to
definitely do.
use your head
Um,
and think before you act.
He has like
Fine.
Even though you're only trainees, you have the same responsibilities as full-fledged guardians.
he has
One
like a
wrong move
video
can cost
series
you
on
your life.
Chernobyl, and
The life of a guardian is a dangerous one.
he has that like
Now, gather up your things
is it
and get
South
ready to move
South
out.
America? I forget where in
Yes,
South
ma'am.
America that like underground land like gaming network thing they set up there. It's crazy. There's some crazy stuff there. I think he does some stuff for like the gaming in Brazil and stuff. He did some stuff that I love Drew's stuff. As much as I miss him like being gone from Giant Bomb, he's doing his own fantastic work. So yeah. Well, cool. Enjoy some Splatoon. I don't know if you want me to keep talking to you or not. I don't know if you'll be like super paying attention or not, but I will be attempting to hold a conversation here. So I haven't really been watching the stream number. It's probably just you watching, but yeah, the one viewer, the one eyeball. So you're fine. Oh wow, yeah. I've been trying to do play through Tomb Raider: The Temple of Osiris, or whatever the sequel of that one top-down Tomb Raider was. And we've been on hold for probably about a month now. We really gotta sit down and get us all together to play it some more. Okay, what's happening? Oops. Come on, join my party. I like Karen a lot. Or at least her visual design. Oh, am I supposed to kick her out of my party now? That's what I get for not paying attention to any of the tutorials. Okay. You're up next, Hugo. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's a really fun game. CFG Games? I'll check them out. I don't think I've heard of them before. Let me see. CFG Games. Is it Gaming CFG? No. Wait, is it? Twitch.tv/CFG Games. Confreaksandgeeks.com. Okay. There's another site called like gamingcfg.com, and it's a weird looking website. Oh, awesome. Cool. I will definitely check it out then. I am super interested in other people doing video game writing stuff, so I will look for your stuff. Yeah, I lucked out getting one controller port. I wasn't expecting to. I mean, admittedly, I don't think people are looking at it as a name. Also, one controller port is terrible SEO because the Xbox One controller. Yeah, let me, I just pulled it up here, so I'll definitely give it a look later and see. Or do you go by your real name or Lucentai on there? Don't worry about it. Like, in any kind of chat, when you're a writer, I feel like it's anything that's not an article is fair game of what words you use. I just mangle every single text conversation I have. Okay, Vincent Lai. All right, I'll take a look for you. But yeah, that's awesome. I haven't worked for a game site in a long time, so I think it's always enviable seeing people who do that work. Hopefully you're getting paid well. Hopefully. I know when I was writing I was not getting a lot of money typically, but you do it for the love. I feel like the love of it versus the money a lot of times. Who knows? But hopefully you're getting paid. Mouth seal, perfect, yes. Yeah, when I worked for VG247, I was getting paid like very little amounts for the traffic I was doing. Doing it for the love, yep. Or sorry, not VG247. VG Charts. My apologies. I meant VG Charts. I was a part of their I forget what it was called. I was a part of their gamer network or whatever they were doing, and we had like a specific website name, but it was under VG Charts. It was dope, except for like the behind the scenes stuff was not particularly always great. Of just like not exactly the best ethics. Also, I hated like it was one of those. I shouldn't feel this way, but like I feel like the editor would put words in my mouth in order to kick up some controversy. He would make me have weird opinions, which is weird to say considering I have such weird opinions on stuff already as is. But he would go out of his way to put, I'd say, bad opinions in, like me saying the 3DS is just the DS. Like it was literally just a DS, and like that's not what I said at all in this article. And I'm just like, that's not what I said, and people would get so upset. And I mentioned it to him before, and he was like, "But you like the views, don't you?" And I'm like, I can't believe what you said. I don't know if Inafune is godlike, but I think he made an interesting game. I don't know how involved Inafune was in that game, honestly. Like I know Indie Creates was like the core developer of it, but I don't know if like Inafune was like all hands on deck or not. So yeah, I mean this was years ago at this point. So if VG Charts ever offers you to write for them, I would not hesitate to jump on that if they offer you a good deal. But yeah, it's been a long time though. But yeah, I wrote mostly bad articles for them. They wanted 5 feature articles out of me a week, and that is unrealistic. That is very unrealistic. So yeah. I'm gonna run around blindly because I don't know where I'm supposed to be going now. Probably the linear line. I'm gonna go to the linear line. Yeah, it was not. I basically, and like I was working landscaping at the same time and going to school full time, and I was volunteering for the Speed Gamers as a full-time editor, and they wanted 5 feature articles out of me a week, which didn't ever happen. It was usually like 2 to 3. I tried my best to hit 5, but it just wasn't happening. And a lot of the times, articles were I thought of a thing, and it's going on paper, and that's the article. So there's a lot of bad articles on there. The worst one, I don't know what the heck I was thinking. This is like my own fault. I don't know what was going on. It was very early in the 3DS's lifespan, and there was not much software, and I was like, oh, but DSiWare stuff is on the eShop on 3DS. I was like, there's got to be good games on DSiWare shop. And I don't know what I was thinking. I sat there and like pulled up 5 games that were like, oh, these look like interesting games, but I didn't play any of them. I just wrote the article saying, hey, here's 5 games that look pretty cool for 3DS. That was a DSi game. I don't know why. Like, that's not how that works. You're supposed to play the video game. Like, yeah, DSiWare is fine, but I should have played the video games before I sat there and was like, hey, let me give you this list of 5 DSiWare games that you should check out. Because I have no idea. I never played them. Like, I don't know. It was a terrible article. I don't know what I was thinking, but again, sleep deprived and working like way too many jobs. Yeah. Yeah, it is. But I think I have a lot better sense of judgment now with that stuff, and I'm a lot better writer now. I've found. I feel like the last 3 years I've really improved over what I used to be. So, but yeah, man, if you have any DSiWare articles, I'd love to read some because I haven't spent a lot of time on DSiWare at all. Do you have any like older stuff? Unless you do old stuff too. Today, I don't know. I don't know if you were writing at the time when DSiWare was around. The dragon.
What's that?
It looks like a cargo
nice.
transporter.
Well, yeah, it's exciting.
It looks like the engine's still running.
The only thing I can
But I don't
really
see the driver
advice I can
around here
give is just
anywhere.
ride as much as possible. That's the way I got better. But I mean, everyone learns differently.
Check it out. Hey, what is
I don't
this?
know why I gave you that
Ethan,
advice,
you
but
really don't
yeah.
know what that is.
Hey man, you can still buy DSiWare games on 3DS. You can still cover it.
I drink the juice from something.
All right, see you, man.
Planet and
Enjoy your
fun.
voice
Don't
chat.
You know the uglier the Kultova,
Thank
the
you.
more
I will
succulent
enjoy the
its
dragon.
meat is.
And then Ethan Thickwaver.
Well, then you
Thick
are
waiver.
one juicy Kultova.
Thick Kultovas.
Sorry, are you guardians?
What does her pants say? Deem right?
That's right. Are you a resident here?
Oh, my
Oh, thank goodness you're here.
cup is in the way of the light.
I'm Norfe, the caretaker of this green farm. Since the seed attack, the
Green
Kultovas have been
farm.
strange.
Strangely.
Oh,
Yes,
green farm?
They've become very edgy and aggressive. When they attacked, we hid in a cargo container. But I don't know where Kalam is. Now he's gone.
I'm gonna turn my
looking
AC on real
everywhere.
quick. It's getting pretty
Try
hot
to calm
in here.
down. Now, who is Kalam?
He's Mr. Rhymeson, the farm's owner. You see, I was hired to help around the farm. But Mr. Rhyme was killed during the seed attacks. Kalam and I have been protecting the farm ever since. If anything were to happen to Kalam, I don't know what to do.
Don't worry. We'll do everything we can. We'll keep an eye out for him. I'm sure he'll turn up.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you.
I should have bought stuff when I was in town. I picked up my PS4 controller. It's the Xbox 360, thank you. I am not, at least so far, not noticing the delay in the switch of weapons, which is really good. That was the biggest problem I had in the PS2 version. And the Phantasy Star Portable games as well. When you switch weapons, there's like this long delay. Ethan is a hot guy. There's this really long delay between switching weapons, and like I think that's a big problem specifically for like if you're a force and you're trying to like use healing spells and stuff. That is a big concern. Because like you have to wait like 3 to 4 seconds to cast Resta or something. Obviously, you can use mates in the short term if you need to, but it's just not ideal. I do like this song a lot. It's also weird seeing this area in high resolution again. I've seen it on PSP so many times. At some point I would like to pick up the PC version of Phantasy Star Universe, which is a terrible idea. But I feel like by the time I'm at the end of my life, I will have every copy of Phantasy Star Universe. I've debated getting multiple copies of Phantasy... I literally have Phantasy Star Online... 3 versions of Phantasy Star Online at this point, so I guess I'm not really debating it. I have pursued it. I'd like to get Phantasy Star Online version 2 at some point for Dreamcast, and I'd also like to get PSO 1 and 2 Plus. I might import the Japanese version of PSO 1 and 2 Plus though, because I think it's cheaper, and I have a suspicion that there's English on the disc. I never checked Rising Crush to see if that's a ability for this or not. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I forget. The inventory is weird in this game. That's like the equipment one. Rising Crush. This is a Twin Blade skill. I'm sure I'll get a Twin Blade at some point. If not, I'll buy one in town. Ethan doesn't put his hand on the sword. Just floats above it. Although, like, if you ever play Phantasy Star Online and you get a good look at their hands, they are scary hands. They're not properly proportioned at all. I think the biggest problem with PSU, like the base version of PSU, is just the battle system is so, I guess mashy is what you'd call it, which is really silly to say considering Phantasy Star Online. You know, there's not really a timing aspect to it. I can just sit here and like keep pressing X and there's no timing. He just swipes as fast as possible. And, you know, later games obviously added the dodge and stuff. So I can't really fault it too much for not having a dodge, but you can just see like in the bottom right hand corner how much, well I guess you can't see how much I'm pressing everything because it doesn't react to every single button press, but it yeah, there's no timing or anything. The other Phantasy Star Portable games, if you go watch my Phantasy Star Portable 2 Infinity stream, you'll see it. There's like a yellow ring that appears around the character that like flashes each time you like do a combo properly. I do think I like the level design a lot more in the Phantasy Star Universe games versus Phantasy Star Online. Phantasy Star Online has a lot of very straightforward dungeons. Like Forest is unique in its layout, but a lot of those other ones are just like blocks shoved together. And I think there's like some element of random some element of random room generation in this game as well, but it definitely doesn't seem nearly as prevalent. The individual areas are a lot more varied. I'm gonna grab this, but then head this way. Or wait, I think that's where I came from. Never mind. Is that? Oh, Meseta though. That Meseta. I don't use the gun very much right now. I think the reason why is because there's no like elemental thing attached to it. Turner, is PP weapon specific in this game? Yeah, it is. When we go back to town, we'll definitely buy another set of weapons, and then I think that is probably what I'll call it good. Go take my screenshot of the battle palette, and then maybe call it a night. I don't know if I'm going to stream anymore. It has been almost 2 hours, which I know is not very long for some people streaming, but for me is definitely longer. Ethan Waver does have a big sword. Oh, whoops, I didn't want to do that. I do like swords a lot in Phantasy Star games, the large sword weapons. But I feel like they're not very useful end game often. Specifically online where things disperse more often. Whoops. I feel like multi-hit weapons in general seem to rule in Phantasy Star games, like fast-hitting multi-hit stuff like mechs, mech guns, daggers, twin swords, stuff like that. And because of the oh, I thought I missed some boxes. Because of the photon art element of this game, you have more weapons that can hit multiple enemies thanks to their photon arcs and stuff like that. Can I shoot that tree? Yes, I can. Destroy tree. Ooh, that frame rate. 360 cannot handle tree destruction. I always forget about the goggle stuff in this game. This is like a dead end. I can't remember if you change Ethan's clothes at all in the single player. I think that is not an option. Although I think his outfit is pretty okay. Oops. Too soon. Ow. I keep thinking I want to dodge, but there's no dodge. See if clicking the sticks in does anything, but I don't think it does. I do remember hearing that the Xbox 360 version of this game had a glitch where when the robots exploded in other levels, there's a chance that it would freeze the game. I'm not sure if that's true, but my friend who used to play this game online, I think he jumped between PC and online servers, or PC and 360 servers for online. I forgot there's like a first-person mode in here. Okay. That's right. Sticking the right stick in does first-person mode. That's what it is. 360 D-pad is still hot and inaccurate, as it has always been. I tried playing Shenmue 2 on Xbox. Well, I did play through Shenmue 2 on Xbox. That was how I played through that game, the original Xbox, and that D-pad for quick time events was not always the best. Okay, this is a heal pad. Yeah. Is there any way to go over here? I don't think so. There's something still satisfying about this game, though. I don't know what it is. I remember not disliking this game back when I originally played it, but it does feel a little lacking at times with its combat. Unfortunately, the offline, like after you beat the story in this game, there's not a lot more to do. There's kind of like a handful of areas with like a mission that expands in difficulty, but I think all the layouts are largely the same. It may be slightly random, but you're kind of doing the same missions over and over, which, I mean, for original Phantasy Star is not, or Phantasy Star Online is not anything uncommon. Although I think Phantasy Star Online even had some offline quests. But again, this game has a story mode, so that's kind of the other side of it. And then also, Ethan and your other character are two separate characters, so like the stuff you're building here doesn't like translate over to your created character. You just start kind of from fresh again. It's flashing. Can I do anything with that? It's not. They're taking care of those guys. Oh. By taking care of those guys, I mean doing 3 damage. Okay, that's a little bit more damage. I really need to get a photon art for this sword as well. Oh, I'm out of PP. I forget, does it recover on its own? Yeah, but very slowly. I need to put a charge on there. I'm scared this guy's gonna heal if we leave him alone. Looks like he's trying to. There we go. Yeah, I have photon charge. Let's add that to the palette here. Being able to move while shooting is nice too. Those trees, man, they love to cause some frame rate slowdown. Okay, open that door. Forget, is this the dragon? This might not be the dragon.
This is unbelievable.
Oh yeah, it is.
The seed did all this?
No. This wasn't the work of the seed. Those burn marks came from Alliance weapons.
Oh, well,
What do you mean?
This Koltova. It doesn't look like it was infected. Look, here, see? No, it was killed by a weapon blast.
To prevent a second wave of contamination, all wildlife in the area have been terminated.
But that's barbaric.
I can't remember if you pilot one of these at any point. I do know you ride like little raptors at
An
some point.
Alliance tank.
This area is off limits. It is under quarantine. Identify yourselves immediately.
We are Guardians, here on a purification mission.
I am the commanding officer of the 177th Brigade, Fulyen Kurtz. Can't you see that this zone is being sterilized? There's no need for purification.
Yes, but we have a report of a missing child in the area. Have you seen a little boy?
I didn't know that the Guardians also offered babysitting services. You better find him quick, or hope that he's flame retardant.
Aren't you our allies? There's a kid in danger out there. Don't you care if he lives or dies?
I will not endanger the entire planet for the sake of a single child. The contamination must be stopped at all costs.
Why you?
Remember what I said. I apologize for my comrade. Is it possible to delay sterilization until after we found the child?
Contamination has already begun to spread up ahead, and we anticipate another attack.
Leave the responsibility of the contamination to us.
Very well. However, if you find yourself in danger, send up a flare. We will provide help if we can.
Thank you for your cooperation. Let's go.
Hot-headed Ethan.
Novices.
He's got like blue hair under his helmet. Guess we can't go up here. There's no way you Guardians are coming in here. Alright. Oh, I thought those were boxes to break open. Let me go shoot all these corpses. Give me your items. Oh. The transparency effect on these characters, like when you put the sword through it, it doesn't overlap with the sword's visual effect, so you just get like the center white polygon part of the sword. I don't know if that was super obvious or not. Green Farm. That's the seed.
Oh no, the seed.
That one's odd. Never seen it before.
The contamination is spreading too quickly. It's replicating like a virus. We don't have any time to lose. Let's get moving.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, cool. I didn't want to use my photon charge if I didn't have to, so. This is still only chapter 2. Okay. There we go. The seed stuff, like, this game is not my favorite because it requires the goggles to break, like, the seed eggs or whatever they are. The seeds, I guess. And, like, equipping the goggles isn't particularly, like, it's not hard because it's on your battle palette, but it's kind of annoying to do. Especially, again, in the PS2 version where it takes time for this stuff to load in. Seed cores, that's what they are. Oh yeah, and then you have to also switch to the photon eraser. I had forgotten about that being a step as well. So you have to go, identify it, and then equip the photon eraser. Alright. Photon eraser. And then the photon eraser has like an energy level with it. Ugh, oh jeez. All the memories are coming back of this. So I think what I typically did was go around and identified all the cores. So I didn't have to sit there and switch around a bunch. And then I think I can do this without destroying them. And then come back and destroy them, maybe. Okay, so you don't even need to destroy them. I thought, for some reason, I thought you had to destroy them. So, just have to photon erase them. But they do give you items. Par wood. Isan! Okay, I need... Do I... Okay. There we go. Oh man, I wonder what it is about this direction that that is causing it to freeze or slow down. I gotta kill. Kill comes first. I don't seem to recall weapons dropping in this version of the game. I think it might be craft only. Okay. Sure how much this timer matters. I guess it's probably just for the ranking at the end. Which does, I think, determine some bonus EXP, or is it class EXP is what it is? Also, I should heal. I have plenty of mana mates, so. I need to sit up more straight when I do these streams. Not only is it better for my back, but it makes me feel more, like, awake, I guess. I feel like when I start leaning back, sometimes I start getting drowsy. I'm trying to remember if it's level 10 when Rising Strike gets better. Oh. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, we got a seed over here. All right. Goggles on. Okay, cool. I forgot that they would also shoot them. Let's see. Is it down here? Oh, seeing it down here. That's not a path. Maybe I missed one? Oh, maybe they're back here. Maybe not. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I thought they had like lava paths below them. There's another one over here. I guess not. Core 1. I think I missed that whole area to the left there, but I'm not too concerned. I'm not playing this long term. I should probably just do the fastest route. It's always tempting to be like, I'm going to go after all the enemies and items, but no, don't do that. Alright, we got one over there. I think there might be one to the left here too. Yeah. You guys shoot that. You guys shoot that one, please, or not. Okay, that's 4. Let's see if that's all of them. Nope. I don't know if there's any much more for me to say about Phantasy Star Universe, though. This game, in this form is largely fine. I mean, it has the core here, and I feel like in most games these days, and it was true for Phantasy Star Universe 2, where at some point, like, they really come into their own after updates with service-based games. Like, I mean, there's all that controversy about, like, the Fallout 76 beta stuff, and I get it. Like, it's easy to kick that stuff when it's down, especially with Bethesda, since, you know, they typically don't put out, you know, the most sound games. But I think Fallout 76 will definitely turn into something good by the end of that whole thing. I think that's just kind of how a lot of service-based games go. You know, you see like Final Fantasy 14 that turned around a crazy amount. Admittedly, it's basically a new game, but you know. Oh, I need a. That. That's not all of them. Need more. There's one there, so there should be one more. Oh, there it is. Will this hurt me? No. I should probably put these by each other rather than sit there and navigate back and forth between that monomate over and over again. Okay. There's one more here. There we go. I probably shouldn't have bothered killing them, but that is what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to remember if this game is also limited to 4 people in a party. I think it may have more. I wonder if it was up to 6. I can't remember. It's been such a long time. Obviously nowadays it is yourself and your little AI companions, but there was like a free-to-play version of Phantasy Star Universe that came out at one point. It was very, very strange. I don't know if it used the same servers as the Japanese ones. It was a Japan-only thing, that was for sure. 'Cause I think Phantasy Star Universe had a fairly decent Japanese player base. I'm honestly surprised how long they stuck with it. It did feel like it kind of had a failed launch here, but I guess that also kind of led into why probably Phantasy Star Online never got localized, because the Phantasy Star series really didn't have much of a prevalence here after the original. Got it. Okay. I need to find more seed cores. Oh, there's a red one. 2 red ones. And there's the one up here that I didn't get. There's another one over here. Okay. There we go. Alright. I think I want you to use sword on this guy because it can double hit him. Yeah. I wonder if these guys maintain their own HP at all, or if they just kind of die. I know they eventually come back. Oh, I didn't give me XP. That. That. And we gotta freeze these things down here. I wonder if it's always just 4. The other one's over here. I think Phantasy Star Ambition of the Luminous still had a lot of these missions, but I think after that, like Phantasy Star Portable and stuff, they kind of dropped a lot of these kind of missions. Although I think they reintroduced the goggles in Phantasy Star Portable to Infinity, which is like great, my favorite, my favorite mechanic of this game. Although I didn't play enough of that game to say how prevalent it was.
I have nothing left to teach you.
I did it. I did it! I wish I had Snowboard Kids 2 with me. I would like to play that game. Oh. Oh no, Green Farm. Destroyed. Is this the range we're looking for? Oh, there's the boy. Kill a bunch of Cthulhu. Do the thing that he told you not to do. That's how you gain the trust. Alright. Is there no PP restorer here? I guess not. Karen, you need health. Badly. Karen needs health badly. I'll let her heal up because she doesn't seem to be healing herself. Oh, I'm gonna stretch a bit though. Oh, oh man. I'm playing this a bit longer than I feel like I thought I would originally. Alright. I don't know if I'd ever return to this game after this. It's definitely tempting, but I think there's always a temptation to go back to older games. But you know, at some point, I think what I love most about games is being surprised about new things, and like if I just played the same games over and over again, it'd be difficult, I think. For me, I mean, it's always different for everyone. I think a lot of people love to continue to play some of their favorites and stuff, but I've definitely played a lot of Castlevania 64 in my life, and I will need to play some more Castlevania 64 at some point when I finally do a video on it. So, and you know, I've had to play. I think I've beaten Mighty Number 9 2 times, and then I have to play another time on Wii U. Is what I'm doing right now. I forget how far I got in the Wii U version. I probably could stop with the Wii U version at this point, but I'd rather just see it through to the end. That boy. That was a meme that that frog is like, here comes that boy or something. I don't remember. I am so out of meme land at this point. I don't really hang around a lot of online communities anymore, so I usually just stick around the handful of Discord groups I'm in. But Nice. Easy kill. I do feel like I'm leveling up really fast, though. Alright. Do I have any keys? I don't have any keys, so let's head this way first. Is this right? Or is this where I came from? This is where I came from. I mean, at least it runs better than the PS2 version. I do remember the PS2 version would become like a slideshow once in a while. At least I think so. I think it runs better than the PS2 version. One of the interesting things about Final Fantasy XI on Xbox 360 is that it had some scenes that definitely were not optimized for that platform. The 360 version of some of the cutscenes for Wings of the Goddess specifically did not execute well. It could be very hard to tell what's happening in some cutscenes because the frame rate would just completely drop. And then for some reason when you'd enter an area, the game would just like completely freeze for about 4 or 5 seconds. Which, it's been too long since I played the PS2 version to say if it's the same way, but I think it was more of just like, I don't know if I'd call it sloppy port work, but I do know that the 360 version was based off the PS2 version, and they had to like, you guys are taking forever. Okay. I know the 360 version is based off the PS2 version rather than the PC version, so I think a lot of things just were not done super cleanly and just never got resolved. Because I was playing the 360 version of Final Fantasy XI pretty late in the lifespan. You're fine, man. It would be very hard to talk in a voice chat. I mean, I should probably just type over there. Okay, it's not level 10 for that. But yeah. Anyways, what was I saying? But yeah, 360 version of Final Fantasy XI was kind of its own mess. So just very, very chunky overall. Wasn't a terrible way to play that game, but it wasn't the best way either. I mean, PC, it's weird because the PC version actually has its own downgrades from Final Fantasy XI. There's like some reflections and certain like visual effects that just, when they brought them over to PC, they did not, no, I don't know if it was a laziness thing or if it's just difference between the hardware and it was easier to do something on PS2 versus PC at the time. But like, I think it's like the summons, the avatars, they had like this like distortion effect around them. A distortion effect around them that the player would basically distort any of the visuals surrounding them. That's, as far as I know, completely absent in the PC version. I think the goblins, like enemies with metal armor, I don't know if it was real-time reflections, but it had like changing reflections. Where I think in the PC version, like the goblins just had like a white spot on their texture to imitate a reflection. But I think it actually rotated around. There's a video on, there's probably multiple videos, but I know there's at least one video on the PS2 or for the PS2 version that that demonstrates a lot of those effects. And I'm gonna guess, I don't know if those effects ended up in the 360 version or not. I remember when the video was posted, it was said it was PS2 only, but I don't know if that's true. I can't really check anymore either. I don't know if any work's been done to try to get the 360 and PS2 versions of Final Fantasy XI up and running. I should probably look into that at some point. It's I know there's like private servers and stuff out there for Final Fantasy XI for like the mid 2000s and stuff, but they're typically my friend's actually been playing. my friend's actually been playing what's it called? My friend's been playing one of the private servers that are based off like the 2005 content, although I think it brings in some like Argon jobs, and I think you can technically go to Argon, but it's just like there to do quests and stuff. It's only for dealing some quests, so you can't really do anything else there other than get those jobs and get like the parts for Puppet Master. Maybe you don't even have to do the quest. I'm not even really sure about that. You may already have the job and just have to go out there to buy stuff and get certain pieces of equipment. But yeah, but they seem to be based off like modern PC versions of Final Fantasy XI. It just kind of restricts content down possibly, or is just focused on that earlier content at the moment. I really wish I had an elemental shot for my pistol. I really like making it ice, typically. Just to freeze an enemy before I come in and start wailing on them. I think the online leveling for Photon Arch is actually slower than this. This is actually pretty fast. I mean, it's already like level 11. I'm going to use a Photon Charge. Oh, there we go. Alright, I've got my special now. So now my Photon Art is even better. Give me that. That frame rate. But yeah. It's interesting because the 360 version of Final Fantasy XI was cross-play with the PS2 version and PC version. I'm kind of curious why they never decided to do Final Fantasy XI for PS3. Maybe it was the idea of, hey, we don't want to be on the same network as a Xbox 360 in modern day. Like, you can do it with PS2 still, but don't do it with don't do it with don't do it with on a modern day system. I think you could play Final Fantasy XI, and I don't remember if this is actually true. I do remember there was some like hearsay around the time that you could play Final Fantasy XI on a PS3 with early versions of the PS3, but I doubt that's true. You know, the PS3s that were backwards compatible with PS2 games. I have my doubts that was true. I'd have to double check, but like I think the utilities needed to like install to a hard drive and everything probably wouldn't have worked, and I doubt that they went on their way to make it work. You know, because the only games that used it really Dirge Cerberus, which by that time was already offline, I believe, and then Final Fantasy 11, and maybe a front mission game used the hard drive. I can't remember per se, but yeah. I really wish Dirge Cerberus's online stuff came into the US. I really like Dirge Cerberus a lot, and I think I would have played a lot of it back then. I did play a lot of Dirge Cerberus back then. And then the single player missions that were repurposed from multiplayer maps were fine. But I think I would have really enjoyed having some kind of online stuff. There's some gameplay footage out there of people playing Dirge Cerberus online back in the day. I'd be curious to see if anybody ever tries to restore those, but I imagine nobody was capturing any of the data back then, and nobody thought to do it. And I think that game was only online for like a year.
Yes, as long as there are no surprises.
Wow. What is that?
It's a relic site.
Relics?
They are ancient ruins that are thousands of years old, found scattered throughout the Gural system. It appears that the seed are often found near relic sites.
I've never seen one in person before.
There is still so much we can learn from them. This may require further investigation. We'll contact headquarters about it later. For now, we have a job to finish.
With how big that thing is, I can't imagine.
Come on, Ethan, keep with the program.
Oh, yeah, hey, wait up.
Can't imagine they'd be like, oh, we didn't know this was out here.
Oh no, what is that?
Oh yeah, this is that cutscene when like Ethan's running away from the Koltova.
It looks like it's mutated from all the contamination. Be careful.
Ouch. There we go. 360 D-pad is hard. Okay, I think you can double hit him, yeah. Triple hit him even. I'll just spam Photon Arts and then we'll take our sword out after that. Oh, jeez. I mean, in the end, you want to get to his side here. Oh, dang it. I fear it that's not considered to be a jump. Let's use our charges. We won't really need them in the future. Easy enough.
You're doing pretty good.
Oh, that wasn't too bad. A rank.
Man, that was pretty tough.
Oh no, I killed his friend.
Stop it! Get away from my dad's Koltova!
Your dad's? That thing over there is from your farm?
Can't you see? It's got our farm's brand on its horn. This is my dad's Koltova, okay? So leave us alone. Go on and get out of here.
Hey, watch out, kid!
What are you doing? Let me go!
It's still alive.
Kira, look after it! Here, okay. Hey, over here! Over here! On the side so you can shoot it!
All right. Weaver!
Oh, jeez. That is terrifying.
You okay?
Yeah, I think.
You reckless fool. What were you thinking?
My daddy's Koltova.
Look, someone's glad to see you.
I can't thank you enough for this.
Oh, don't worry about it. It was nothing.
Didn't look like nothing to me.
Huh.
It's dangerous to wander off like that. I was so worried.
I promised my dad that I'd protect his Koltovas, but that's something a Cass would never understand.
No.
Kalam!
Hey, Kalam, wait!
You might need some help there, Ethan.
Kalam. It was foolish of me to think I could take the place of his parents. I don't know what to do now.
I forgot they're called Seed in Final Fantasy VIII.
You know, I lost my parents when I was about the same age, too. At the time, I felt like I was all alone in the world. It was almost too much to bear. But with the help of people who supported me, I was finally able to get on with my life. Kalam's sad and alone. He doesn't know how to deal with it. He's pushing you away because he's confused and angry. Kalam needs someone who loves him. It doesn't matter whether you're a caste or not. What matters is making sure Kalam knows he's not alone. Go away. I don't need you. I don't need anyone. Let me go. What are you doing? Let go of me, you stupid.
But I promised Mr. Ryan that... I promised your dad I'd look after you.
I cry.
Man, I could get used to this. Helping people out, putting things right. Which reminds me, ma'am, I was wondering what you said to Norfei back there.
Nothing that concerns you.
Okay.
So, when did you join the Guardians, ma'am?
This is my 3rd year. I got my license when I was 14.
Huh? What? Let me see. You're the same age as us? You're only 17?
That's right. So I guess you can call me Karen from now on. But don't expect me to make it any easier just because we're all the same age. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The best song. All right. That's probably it for tonight. I'm going to probably buy some weapons. Take my screenshot that I spent 2.5 hours working towards. Not that I needed to do it. But, you know. I need to look this song up after we're done. I like it a lot. I don't know if I have the complete Phantasy Star Universe soundtrack. I think I only have the pre-order soundtrack, like the on PS. When you pre-ordered it, you got it for a GameStop, like a 10 disc or not 10 disc, 1 disc soundtrack, but with 10 songs on it. So I did get that, although I did not pre-order the game. My friend worked at a GameStop and he had a bunch of spare ones, so he just threw one at me. I did eventually buy this game in like 2006. I don't remember if this came out in 2006 or not. I think it did. I bought it at the same time I bought Kingdom Hearts 2, I think. And around the time I bought that, my PS2 actually stopped working. I had a PS2 Fat.
Ethan and his companions, together with the archaeologist Dr. Dorson, head to the relics
and
to find a
I knew the disc drive wasn't working particularly well anymore, but then I think after... I think the disc drive wasn't working, so I bought a second PS2, and then just kept using the old Fat to play Final Fantasy XI for a while.
On Phantasy Star Universe.
And then I think that Fat died in 2008, which is crazy because I probably left that PS2 on for like 3 years straight. It was ridiculous. The reason I left it on for like 3 years straight is because the startup process for Final Fantasy XI was so long, and I got so tired of waiting a bit. I would just exit to the title screen of Final Fantasy XI, but I wouldn't actually close the game out or anything or log out and to play online. So I just left the game on at all times basically, and survived like 3 years powered on all the time, but I think a thunderstorm happened and then eventually the hard drive was shot. But I mean, I left that thing on for 3 years, so I can't really blame it for dying. So Pete. Oh no, it's you guys.
Ethan, you awake yet? Up and at him. Come on, get up, you lazy bum.
Good morning, Master Hugo.
Hey, Pete. Maybe you'll have better success at this. Want to try waking him up?
Certainly. Just one moment, sir. Ethan, sorry to disturb you, but Master Hugo is here.
Looks like you're not having much luck either.
My sincerest apologies. It seems that extreme measures are called for. Please wait just a moment.
I think he picked him up by the ears? Yeah.
What the? Ow! Ow! Knock it off! Hey, I said knock it off! Let me go! What? Ow! Cut it out, Pete!
Ethan.
Please!
I trust you slept well.
You better have a good reason for this.
We're being sent to the Perun ruins. Karen's asked for us. I'm already in the city in Area B2. We need
ruins? Is this about that relic site?
You got it. Now will you get it into gear?
Hey, Hugo! Ow, Pete! You can let go of my ear now.
Apologies.
Ouch.
That would hurt. Yeah, like, yeah, that would hurt being pulled up by the ears like that. Like from a little I guess I don't know how hard this robot's grip is, but I'd imagine it would be very painful. Okay. Well, anyways, I was just saying that I think that's probably good. I'm gonna go buy my weapons, take my screenshot, and then probably call it for this game. But to take that screenshot, I'm gonna have to stop streaming so I can capture the whole screen and everything. So, and I can't like capture screenshots, I think, while I'm streaming. There's like my OBS, I'm guessing it's my PC or whatever, doesn't like doing anything but streaming if I'm streaming. Just not a good enough PC. My PC's not good enough. I would love to be able to stream and record at the same time with OBS, but I don't think that's happening. Usually it like freezes at the end if I try to do that, and then it doesn't make any sort of video file. But yeah, I'm gonna head out for the night. And I hope you have a good time. Hopefully if you're still streaming, enjoy your Splatoon stream. Maybe I'll go take a look at it. See what you guys are up to. But yeah, I'll maybe do that while I'm taking the screenshot thing. So thanks again for coming. If you can't hear, I'll go ahead and type it again. Typed. Text form goodbyes. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Bye.